Hi, I'm Mayor David Black, and this is City Happenings. The city's fire department benefits from a live training exercise. Sump Library helps to get a local children's author and artist to give a live presentation at a local grade school. And a new business opens in downtown. You'll see the ribbon cutting. Please enjoy these stories in City Happenings for the week of January 16th.
Thanks, Mayor Black. Another live burn training exercise for the city's fire department. This time, it's the city's former Recreation Department office building. This offers different challenges than a house.
The two structures are constructed differently, so that's our first thing that we like to do in a commercial building like this, is notice the differences in the structure of them. Generally speaking, a house will have more wood in it, whereas a commercial structure might have more metal.
There's more than different construction materials to deal with.
The room design is usually much different. In a home, you have probably a larger living room, family room, kitchen area, and then smaller bedrooms. And in a structure like this, we'll have large open areas, very large open areas, and then smaller offices.
The former Recreation Department building has a special challenge.
This structure is unique to our practices in that it's a two-story building. We've been able to practice on the main floor, now we're upstairs. The goal of this is to not allow the fire into the attic. Once fire gets into the attic of pretty much any building, it's really tough to keep it under control and use the rest of the building.
Sump Library teams with a local children's author, resulting in live presentations to elementary school students.
Every time I talk to kids, I try to emphasize, whether I'm talking about picture books or if I'm doing a writing workshop or an illustrating workshop, because I do different types of presentations to kids, I try to talk about using your imagination. I call it your imagination muscles, especially for younger kids.
Aaron says it's important that kids exercise their imaginations more in today's climate.
When I was a kid, my folks would give me a box, and that was what I'd go play with. And times have changed, obviously. So I think kids don't have maybe the same type of challenges to exercise their imagination nowadays.
He tries to instill that using their imagination is an important and fun thing to do.
I mean, something that they can go out and I show them things that they can do that will help them exercise their imaginations, and they have a good time doing it, So I think that's an important thing.
Aaron has had to deal with new technology.
The trend, of course, for so many illustrators has been to embrace the technology and use it in their artwork, which I have done to a certain extent, and I need to do a little bit more of that. I've done like one book cover, I think, with a computer. But I just love the tactile experience of the traditional mediums of working with I guess I'm old school, but working with those traditional mediums of paint or chalk pastels or graphite or ink, colored pencil, whatever it is.
He says he feels more in touch with what he's working on.
Rather than if I'm doing it with a stylus or a keyboard, that seems to separate me from the work. And I know that's just a mental attitude, but I think to me that's what keeps me more connected with my work, is actually getting my fingers dirty.
Aaron points out that feeling connected to what he's doing is all part of his inspiration.
I hate to sound too ethereal about the whole thing, but you just feel like you're a little bit more, at one with your work, and even with writing. I don't write things out by hand usually, but sometimes I do, and even, I of course default to the keyboard eventually, but sometimes I just start writing out my thoughts or my stories, or that to me somehow sparks a little bit deeper level of creativity or ingenuity inside of my head, as opposed to, again, hitting just the keyboard.
The author-illustrator explains why making live visits is important.
It's to let kids see that there is a real person behind the picture book. That's something I think that's a concept that a lot of times they can't really comprehend, that it's just a real person. And I'm nobody special. I'm just me. I like to draw pictures. I like to write stories. And I was fortunate enough to have, a number of books published. But I think the important thing for kids to see is that this is a real guy. He's just a man, and he's friendly, and he's funny, and he has come to our school, and he just also happens to be somebody who created a book. And I want them to see that there's just a real human being connected to it.
These cooperative events with Sump Library has been a learning experience.
I didn't realize what the role of a librarian even really was. I thought they were just the crabby old ladies who would tell you to be quiet in the library, and they knew all about the Dewey Decimal System, whatever the heck that was. I didn't know what that was. But as it's turned out, the librarians nowadays, the good ones, like at Sump, are totally involved in the community, and they're actually making a real, genuine impact and influence on young people, and I'm sure older people as well, but especially kids.
Aaron adds Sump's librarians are getting kids engaged, involved, and interested in reading and writing.
That never seemed to happen when I was a kid. I think that was a separate concept altogether. That wasn't their job, I don't think, back then. But I'm so glad to see that has happened, and I've just been very impressed, not only with Sump, but with other school librarians and other public librarians that I've worked with, to see that's a very important aspect now of the community that didn't exist before.
A new business opens in Bell Place Shops in downtown Papillion.
Just want to welcome you. These are some of the best ribbon cuttings, because just somebody who had a dream was making something in their house, said I think I can make a go of it, and they go out and open up a shop. And it's one thing I love about the Bell Shops where we're at. There's I think 5 or 6 businesses in here. They've all got similar stories, and there's a lot going downtown. Kim's part of the Downtown Business Association as well as the Chamber. Great support for small business. So I just want to encourage people, keep coming down here. You guys choosing to buy local, especially Christmas time, is what keeps these stores open. So while we're celebrating the ribbon cutting, let's use it as a reminder to shop local too. But it's a great, wonderful place, and spread the word about it. So congratulations.
Thank you.
We thank everyone who supported the Mayor's Youth Leadership Council's Winter Coat Drive. These young adults on the Leadership Council have always worked to help those in our community. There are lots of ways to stay up to date with what's happening in Papillion. You can find us on Facebook, follow the City of Papillion on Twitter, or even watch our YouTube channel. Information about all of our departments and programs is available on our website. For more about Papillion, go to www.papillion.org or just call the Mayor's Hotline at 402-827-1111. Thanks for watching.